Alright, we're back at a alien theme park. Everyone's watch what I say here. Obviously, people don't believe in aliens and extraterrestrials, but yet you have a fictionalized version of it right behind me. Whole land's dedicated to aliens, but nobody believes in them. Okay, whatever you say, people. I mean, if aliens didn't exist, then why would you even have a land like this? Why would this even exist if aliens don't even have any point in the universe or in your consciousness? Obviously, they do. So we're gonna do some connections as usual, as my usual repertoire. I was gonna go to Mickey Island or Magic Kingdom. I don't have any energy for it. They got all the Halloween stuff up there. Just wait till next month. I'm not in a big hurry for that same old shit anyway. So I came here for clickbait reasons. Not that it's gonna work. I know I'm not getting all these major ass views that people are getting on Disney videos. Don't you like my Disney video? No, apparently not. I know I put it on my channel. People are like, that's like an excess, it's like pesticide. Nobody wants to see that shit. I don't blame you. But that's not it's for new people. That's basically why I come here. And it has Alien World. I gotta come to this. Just happened to be in the same neck of the woods. I only live an hour and a half away. How convenient. Oh yeah, they have a lightsaber thing here. I don't know where it is. Where it's actually a ritual. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's very realistic. And there was a YouTuber that experienced. I didn't watch the whole thing. I can't. But he felt very affected by it. It was like a ritual, putting together a lightsaber. If it's a toy, it's like he really felt a lot of energy from that. Because this shit's real. That's why. I mean, it might be fictionalized here, but it does have a realism somewhere. Of course, people aren't going to believe that shit. Because we live in a kindergarten world. It's painful to be here. It is not easy. But that's just the way it is. Society drives in reverse, and some of us are trying to go forward. Easier said than done. So, yeah, the work situation sucks. So we're going to do a video about that, because not a hit piece, but explore it a little bit, and get some closure and get the hell out of there, but who knows. Alright, so do some connections and get the hell out of Dodge. So let the alien be with you. Here we go. The Illuminati and MJ12 and everybody else. You realize, yeah, this is a new setting for your world, a new achievement. Eventually you'll remove the old vibrations of third dimension by going more galactic. This is just a test, an early stage of it, a round one, you can say. Of course, you've had others. Even television shows preparing the mind for soul awakening. It's a little bit heavy for me to realize what you're connected to. But basically you're going into a whole new reality, just not yet. Right now you're absorbing these energies, seeing if this is what they want, following this real and most likely freak people out. Because most of your society is still a kid, as you can see. But even the kid parents act like children, etc. It's still a young society, really, when I think about it. That's due to a lot of manipulation, mind control at the highest level, and that is very true. Doesn't mean your society is completely like that. But realize it's let down his guard and let somebody else control it. You see it all the time in your politicians. So humanity's been taught to just kind of go with the flow of it. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but also let the controllers control. So it's up to you to remove that. And it's going to cause a lot of difficulties on their world. First off, regaining your power is nothing easy, and it's hell at first. Once you get used to it, it's not so bad, but most aren't really connecting to that. They're going outside the box, but they're outside themselves. Going, within is hell. Going, finding your true reality, where you came from, who you are, what you're here to do, you can't actually be tapped into if you wish to. Many are actually terrified of that in thought. I mean, can you have the responsibility of knowing why you are here and actually accomplish it? Because many find out and then it all goes to hell. So there are cases where you can know. Most aren't allowed to know because they mess it all up. Happens throughout your history. Without going into full details, you can say Leonardo da Vinci knew, and he failed big time. Well, he didn't accomplish what he was here to accomplish. He's doing so many romances and just founding his talents. Yes, he does have Yeshua's energy connected to him, but he just sort of cut himself out. He knew too much and didn't accomplish anything. He did, but not really at the scale that he could have. Of course, everyone's seeing it differently. But imagine him actually accomplishing his mission and people seeing more works of art from him and that don't fall apart. Even with the Last Supper, that was falling apart because he was falling apart. Wasn't thinking clearly. That's what happens when you have too much knowledge of what you're here for. So, it's not what it's cracked up to be. So many have a desire, like your Steve Jobs, he knew why he was here. He had a pretty good idea. He didn't always know that. When he got connected back to Apple, he knew exactly what he was here for. So, but he accomplished what he was here to accomplish. He had a passion for it. You have to have a passion too. You might have a mission, but it doesn't mean you're passionate for your mission. It happens all the time. Having a passion for what you want is what you're here for isn't always possible. Yes, your Picasso is another example of. Now Picasso, yes, is an interesting one because he truly did show the soul. He wasn't too happy with it. Yes, he did got corrupt over time, but he was just a person of his time too. He kind of lost himself, but he kind of got sick of humanity and just absolutely had enough of it. He saw too much. Now he didn't know his whole purpose, but what he was seeing in people absolutely terrified him. Yeah, he saw the grossness of humanity. And what was even more gross is he can paint that grossness and people would pay millions of dollars for it. So that really pissed him off even more. Even turned him into a lunatic because of it. Because that's how, what you call it, what people were connected to, the energies of it. So in your energies here, it's basically unwrapping humanity's vibration. Yes, Carians are here causing. Carians aren't as powerful as some might think, but like any other power, like a CEO, they have major flaws. And the Carians feel like they're CEO of the world, depending. Anunnaki has a different idea system, but your Carians really feel like they rule the planet. Of course, a lot of people feel that way, that are in partial power. This is a diverse power. And basically, as a woman, we kind of just let them do what they want. but we do help humanity find their way eventually. But if you're willing to go the extra mile, which is not easy. No, it's gritty, it's unfair, and it's ugly at times. Greetings, we are Carian Anunnaki. Greetings. Our energies, yes. One moment. Yeah, there's a lot of deceptive energies on your planet, as you can see. It's kind of done on purpose so you can learn your lessons, figure yourselves out. But it's just like the piece of the pie. You put different pieces together and have a whole pie, and that's what you're doing at this time. Even the DNA, you're going to be decoding that over time too. Basically realizing your alien ancestors are going to become more clear. There will be a time when alien energies are seen here in the public, yes. This is you're setting the stage for it. It's going to be, yes, gradual. It won't be too, exciting at first. Many won't believe it. But it's going to, just sightings here and there. Now, not just ship sightings, actually the beings themselves, but energies have not evolved enough enough for humanity to allow it to occur. Basically, humanity has to be relaxed about it for it to happen. And that's when it begins to, just like anything else that you manifest, many are manifesting sports cars, different types of clothing, underwear, whatever it might be, sexual positions, but you can also manifest alien manifestation. It's just that not enough are doing it at this time. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It just basically, yes, there's a lot of history that will never be seen just yet. But as you basically let go of the old teachings, alien energies become more known. Basically, more talks of Anunnaki, more talks of carrying reptilian beings, but more in your mainstream. Right now, it's just, yes, your secret space program. It's just basically figuring itself out. Your world is figuring out what it wants to experience. But also, yes, you can say the big guns are coming. Basically, transition out of third dimension into fourth dimension, which is fourth dimensional ideas. Not necessarily body. Not necessarily necessary for the body to occur, but healing eventually will occur. There's a lot of
welcome, new toys. Hope you've got fresh batteries.
there's a lot of Illuminati energies here, as you can probably see. Some is positive, some is not. the CEO of this company is part of Illuminati to a certain degree. Low, very low level. Very arrogant, as you can see. And your NASA is no different. Your NASA is very similar to corporations. It's more hidden. Meaning you don't know how many of them have their head up their ass. Quite a few of them do, at the higher ups. Some of them don't, most of them do. So yes, eventually they hear this type of channeling, and others basically take it a little bit more seriously. Realize all eyes are on them because they know there's a cover-up and they know it roots back to NASA somehow, some way. It is public, but still. Yes, your secret space program, it does have a lot of fluff around it. There's nothing there to be proved, but it's also showing that, you know, here's a fantasy version of it, and then here's the truth. So you're getting ready for the real thing, basically. So it's like seeing the storybook before you see the wizard. You know, you hear about King Arthur, and then you bring King Arthur, you know, Merlin into your reality. Same thing. So it's a warm up. You know, you're going to have a little bit of everything. Some are going to like it, some are going to hate it. But it's all part of the main plan. The main plan is basically, what do you want to experience? And humanity, as you can say, is still deciding. But as you can tell, I mean, even with the secret space program, even where it's at right now, as for popularity, it's pretty popular. There's many more layers to come through, but just not yet. There's much more that basically humanity has to get over itself. It's over its drama, feel much of that, because it's so angry. It's hard for the real truth to come through. But there is a truth here for sure. It just has not fully showed itself.
Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide. Let's make a run together, I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide.